Aloha, beautiful souls. Welcome to another Pick a Card tarot reading here at Transform with Ryan. And today in this reading, we are going to take a look at what you need to know about this connection, okay? So this could be a connection that you're currently a part of, or this could be a connection from the past and now you're in separation. So this reading is meant to give you some information on what you need to know about this connection in particular that you have with one other person. All right. And this is going to be a general reading. So just whatever calls to you the most. It could be a friendship, family member, or a romantic relationship, or even like coworkers. Okay. So just whatever speaks to you here as you take a look at these three cards. You might even want to close your eyes and meditate it, call forth the image of this person that you're inquiring about. And then whenever you're ready, after a few deep breaths, open your eyes and take a look and see, is it this Haystack card that calls to you the most? Is it this Star card that calls to you the most? Is it this Door card that calls to you the most? Or perhaps you might even feel called to listen to a couple of different readings because there's a couple of different connections that you would like to get to understand on a deeper level. And that is A-OK as well. So once you've made your choice, take a look down below for the timestamps, the chapter markers to go to your reading. I'll see you there. Hey there, Star Fam. How y'all doing today? Comment down below with an emoji how you feeling coming into this reading. And let's find out what is the purpose of this connection, what you need to know about this connection for the one that came to mind here when you made this choice for the haystack, okay? So already you can see on the bottom it says karma. You will reap what you have sown. So the purpose of this connection at its core is karmic. And that could be like good karma or bad karma, like however you want to categorize it. But this connection is basically categorized as fated. Okay? Oh, this is not the deck I wanted to work with first. This connection was fated. You were fated to meet. You were fated to cross paths, to fulfill probably some type of soul contract, okay? Maybe you even shared a past life together, or maybe there was something from this life where it's like, hey, we need to come together and complete the purpose of this relationship, this connection, you know, whether it's to be coworkers on a project, whether it's to be friends through a challenging time, whether it's to be a guide or a mentor, like whatever the case may be. Maybe to be a romantic partner to help you through this chapter of your life, be your first love or something like that, right? So let's kind of take a look at this connection as a whole, like what you need to know about this connection. So we have solar flares, activate. Second house, resources. And Pallas Athena, think. Okay, so definitely what I'm getting for a majority of you, there is something about resources that is key to this. So it could definitely be like a coworker or business partner kind of relationship, right? To understand your resources in particular. Second house is your resources, your personal belongings. The eighth house is more the shared resources, okay? Kind of like in a marriage, for example, or like sharing a business account. But this is focusing on the reason why this relationship came together is to understand your resources and their resources, and maybe understand like how you can come together to create something beautiful. Maybe there's also this dynamic of like understanding what do you do when resources are unequal, okay? When someone has more than you or someone has less than you, and how do you balance that out, okay? And I'm hearing this dynamic of rich and poor, okay? So that could be rich and poor when it comes to money, of course, and resources. It could also be education, knowledge, right? Someone knows more than the other. And really, at the core of it was to activate each other, okay? To help people, to help the poorer person in the situation who knows less, to activate them, bring their knowledge up to speed, help them create abundance and wealth, right? So that is a key element here on what you need to know about this connection, okay? It's about what I'm getting is this just like one person helping someone else achieve more, okay? And, I'm looking at this karma card again, and it could be like in a past life, you owed this person a favor for what they did for you in a past life. Or maybe you owe this person for a kindness that they did for you in this lifetime, or a favor that they did for you in this lifetime. And it's about completing that transaction, if you will, and like kind of balancing the energies once again. And, perhaps they were there for you in a previous lifetime or in a previous instance, and now you have the opportunity to be there for them, or vice versa, right? However that works. So it's really just about balancing the energetics out of your relationship. So let's, and this activation within each of you, meaning like both of you are now reaching newer heights, right? So, the person who's being the mentor or the teacher is also gaining knowledge and wisdom as well, because part of learning something is, you see it, you do it, you teach it, right? Have you ever heard of that phrase? See it, do it, teach it. See one, do one, learn, teach one, right? And that's a way to prove your mastery in a certain skill set. And, for the person, obviously, that was less informed, less educated, had less resources, of course, they're getting activated and they're leveling up, right? Thanks to the guidance of the mentor, the teacher. So let's take a look at, your energy and their energy. So we have 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, for your energy here. And we have door to romance for their energy here. Okay, wow. So what I'm sensing for them is that they definitely at one point had feelings for you, okay? This coworker, this business partner, this friend, this lover. I mean, it's very obvious, right? If it's a lover that they had feelings for you, okay? Now, probably a little bit weird if it was like a family member. So we're just gonna kind of just use the umbrella term of like they really care for you, they want what's best for you, they want to see you succeed, or they trust and love you a lot in that sort of familial type of connection. Now, what's interesting is on your aspect, though, it's the 7th chakra Archangel Uriel. So remember how I was saying that one person was in the better position compared to the other position for other person, for like success? It seems very clear now that this was you. Okay, I was getting like kind of hints of that as I was speaking earlier, but I didn't want to speak out of turn. And so for sure now, you were the one that was in the better position. You were the one that was in or able to provide that favor for the other person or do something for the other person. I guess in some cases you can think of it as charity or doing like a good deed, right? So it could be something like that for sure when we take a look at the dynamics here. Now, what I'm so curious about is this door to romance. I'm getting like mixed signals from it, and it's likely because this is a general reading, right? So for some people, what I'm getting is that the feelings were mutual. Okay, that you liked them just as much as they liked you in that romantic variation of this connection, okay? And for others of you, what I'm getting is this person liked you way more than you had romantic feelings for them, okay? And it could even be that you didn't have romantic feelings for this person at all. But maybe you went out with them for a period of time, or you agreed to go on a date with them because, maybe they just seemed nice, or you thought they were a good match at the time, and then you realized perhaps not, right? So I'm getting those two kind of dynamics here, which is very, very interesting. Okay, let's take a look at some tarot. Let's consult the cards. Let's get a little bit more clarification here for you. Okay, interesting. Spirit is telling me to like shuffle and then cut the deck in half and do the reading like this. So on your side, we have Six of Swords, Knight of Wands. Wow, I wonder why that came backwards or upside down. And the Queen of Cups. Okay, here, why don't we do it like this? I feel like this will work out quite nicely here. Okay, can you see? Oh, there we go. Hopefully you can see the cards as we explain it further. And then on their side, we have the Two of Pentacles. How are we looking on spacing? Ten of Cups. And Five of Swords. Okay, so what you need to know about this connection here. Let's take a look at you in particular. Okay, so interesting that we have, you know, that energy of think over there, and Six of Swords also is representative of the mind and moving places, going places. And so I'm hearing that the purpose of this connection was to help you kind of figure things out for yourself. Figure out, like, what are you passionate about? What do you care about? What's important to you? All right. And, you know, as I'm hearing that, as you were helping this person, teaching this person, whatever the case may be for this relationship, you started to get a better understanding of what's important to you, what you value, what you're passionate about. And from there, with the Queen of Cups, you got this understanding of, like, what ways do I feel emotionally drained? And what ways do I feel emotionally fulfilled, right? So you were learning about your needs and your wants and your desires and what works for you, what doesn't work for you. So that's what you were really getting from this connection, okay? This is like knowledge, information about your preferences. That's actually a good word, your preferences. And this was also an opportunity for you to assert yourself, I'm seeing, to stand your ground, to be in that position of saying, like, hey, this is what I want. I deserve to get it because I love myself. And if I'm not receiving it from this connection, or if I'm not receiving it from this situation, then it's very clear to me that this is not for me. So I'm going to walk away. Okay? I'm going to stand my ground. I'm not going to compromise. I'm not going to settle. Okay? So that's what you needed to know and learn from this connection. Now let's flip on over and see about this other person, okay? So Two of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Five of Swords. So this person was learning for them a lot about balance. What's interesting is I'm getting this energy of almost like a bit of obsessiveness, okay, with you. Like they were just too invested and they cared too much about what you think, how you feel, how you're doing. Maybe it was even a way where they kind of avoided dealing with their own situation, their own mess, their own hurts, their own needs. It's almost like for some people, it might even be they're like living vicariously through you, right? That may fit in some of your circumstances and some of the type of relationships that you're thinking about, or a connection, I should say, that you're thinking about. And so I'm getting that. And it's really about this balancing between their needs and someone else's needs, and not sort of like consuming too much or taking over or being kind of like crowding you, okay, like giving you space to move. Very interesting that I was picking that up. I'm also seeing here that this person was learning how to provide better for other people. So that definitely makes sense with the shared or the resource thing, right? Like, what skills do I need to learn to be better at my job, to be able to have more wealth, be able to produce more product, right, if you will. Or also, how can I be a better lover, a better romantic partner, a better parent, a better sibling? Like, what things can I do that is helpful and nourishing to others versus like draining or harmful, right? Because, the term that's kind of coming to my head is like the energy of a helicopter mom, a helicopter dad, like that kind of parent that just like hovers and is like super nitpicky and is like all up in your business, all up in your grill. It's like, God, give me some space, right? That's what I'm kind of sensing here is that they needed to understand maybe boundaries, right? That might be a good word for it, actually. They need to understand boundaries. Um, where perhaps they need to respect the needs of other people's and not just be all about like me. This is what I want and I want it now, right? That kind of energy. They might need to exercise some patience, even, is what I'm hearing as well. Uh, Again, because sometimes when you're just too much, when you're not paying attention and you're just like in the zone and being a bit gluttonous, if I may say that, you just don't know who you could be hurting or what could be getting damaged here. There is such a thing as being too much, being a bit excessive, right? Going overboard with things. And I feel like that's what this person here is had to learn with this connection is how to pace themselves, how to temper themselves so they don't get too wild, get too crazy. So very, very interesting about what you need to know about this connection. Like, what was the purpose of it? So let me know what you think in the comments down below, of course. And that was your reading. Thank you so much for tuning into your reading today, Star Fam. Make sure to like and comment down below what you are calling in from your reading today so that you can begin that manifestation pathway to make it a reality. And of course, feel free to share this video with others and subscribe to this channel. Now, I'd like to extend a very special invitation to go beyond a general tarot reading. Specifically, if you are looking to align with your purpose and learn how to achieve your goals. So go down to the description box below and book that energy alignment session with me. And on that call, we will create that personalized roadmap for you to align with your purpose and achieve your goals. Now, I look forward to connecting with you, but until next time, sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs. Bye. Hey there, Star Fam. How y'all doing today? Why don't you let me know by commenting an emoji down below. Let me know what mood you're in, how you're feeling as we step into this reading to find out what you need to know about this connection that draw you to the star card, okay? Like, what was the purpose of this connection with this individual that you visualized, okay? So let's get into it. The star card, it says here, guaranteed success. So this person was brought into your life to accomplish something with you, for you, maybe even accomplish something for them, okay? So really the purpose of this connection was for one or both of you to experience some type of success, some type of wish being granted, some sense of fulfilling something, fulfilling a need, a want, or desire. What I'm sensing for some of you is that was kind of temporary, okay? Like they had something that they wanted to experience and they were seeking that experience and you provided it for them or they provided it for you, whatever. But it wasn't meant to go beyond that, okay? So that's just for some of you. Others of you, of course, this connection can go a little bit further, but that was something that's an important distinction that I needed to point out for some of you that were drawn to this card. What I'm also picking up with this star card here is I'm trying to hone in on it. It's this kind of confidence building, okay? Because what was coming through is this guaranteed, okay? It's this energy of like renewing hope, renewing optimism, okay? Perhaps one or both of you in this connection, you were feeling a bit down, a bit pessimistic, a bit jaded, a bit hopeless, a bit doubtful, right, when you came into this connection. And the purpose of that other person that wasn't feeling that way was to kind of renew your faith in life, renew your faith in luck, and that things are going to work out great and that you will have success. Okay, again, however that fits, whichever role applies most to you. Now, let's get a deeper understanding of this connection here with some more oracle cards, okay? Let's kind of get a better sense of the depth of this connection, the purpose of this connection beyond what we saw here with the star card. Okay, one more. And then we'll see what we got. So you got 4th house, home. Beautiful. 6th house, sustainability. And midheaven, pinnacle. Okay, so definitely for many of you, I'm sensing this is truly related to a romantic partnership, particularly if you're living together. Okay, so spouses or domestic partner, or roommate. I mean, whatever term you use, right, for the person that you're living with that isn't a blood relationship. And of course, a family connection, okay, with the home card. So this is really what's highlighted. I would say if those don't feel in resonant with you, then maybe consider reading one of or watching one of the other cards, okay? Because this is definitely about a type of connection that's based in romance, partnership, or familial relationship, okay? So what I'm seeing here is understanding how to have success long term. Okay? So, what the purpose of this connection was for each of you to find out how to keep things sustainable, how to coexist with each other or other people in the long term. Because remember how I said earlier, some people, it was just like a fulfillment of this wish or this itch or this desire, and then it's like it was fulfilled and then they left, right? So for that other person, it's about, okay, well, I wanted something a little bit more long term, right? I wanted something that is longer lasting. And now you know like what to do and what not to do to achieve that. So let me just be frank. Let me just be honest here with this. What I'm, I feel like I was just beating around the bush, and that's not really helpful to you, right? So specifically, the group of people that I'm speaking to about this is a romantic relationship where you got left. Okay? And it's because maybe this other person, they were like a hit it and quit it kind of person. Maybe they're a serial monogamist. Maybe they are really not into commitments, right? And that's what you wanted. So this scenario that I was describing earlier, that's who I was describing. Okay? You saw a future where you could like maybe be long term with this person, maybe consider moving in with each other, building a life together, whatever, right? And this person is like, nope, that's not what I'm into, peace out, or I don't see that future with you, I'm out, right? That kind of thing. And you, from that experience, you learned like, hey, what does it actually take to have a sustainable relationship? What is the criteria for me to be in harmony with another person, to have that desire or that need met, where it's like, yeah, of course I want to spend, more time with you. Yeah, of course I want to move in with you. Yeah, of course I see a future with you, like as my spouse, as my partner, right? And so, I don't know about you, but I've had that experience in my life where sometimes you feel pressured to be physically intimate with someone or make a lot of concessions for them, give them a lot of slack, give them a lot of leeway, because you think that's what's going to make them stay. That if you are more understanding and more compassionate, then they'll choose to stay with you rather than leave. And that's a really tough lesson to learn, is that, when you put other people's needs above your own, when you value someone else's happiness over your own happiness, that kind of really sets you up to be taken advantage of, right? And that's so interesting because I'm reminded of this phrase that one of my friends, I'm guessing it's a Mexican saying because he's from Mexico and I haven't heard this saying in English, but he told me, like, why would a man buy um, the milk if he could just get the cow? Okay. And so what the idea behind it is, why would a man choose to marry someone if they could keep getting the nookie, right? Like back in the day, it was like people would hold out on being physically intimate with someone else until they were married, right? That was sort of the cultural norm and the practice in a lot of countries and civil and societies around the world. And now, people have this sexual liberation kind of thing, right? And so people are having sex before marriage. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all, but some people, particularly women, feel pressured to have sex with somebody before they're ready because they think that if they don't, the person's going to leave. And then, and I feel like this is, sort of this negative expression of men, where it's like, oh, the man, once they get the sex, they don't care about anything else. And I don't think that's necessarily true for a lot of men. But there are still men out there who are opportunists like that, where they're just like, hey, if I could get sex without having to marry you, like, why would I marry you? Why would I spend more money, right? On paying for things, paying for a home, providing for us, when all I really want is sex. Okay? Does that kind of make sense for some of you? I kind of went really deep on that, but Spirit was kind of like nagging at me to like share that perspective. Okay? So that's just for a subset of you. Now, for the other subset here, I'm feeling very strongly this more long-term kind of relationship. Okay, again, it could be romantic, it could be familial. And what it's about is like understanding the needs that you have on a day-to-day basis. Like, what does it take for you to live in harmony with someone else, to share a living space with someone else? Okay, like, I mean, perhaps many of us have had that roommate where we're like, oh god, that was like such a horrible experience. That person was so inconsiderate, right? And maybe, I had this experience when I was an undergrad where it's like, oh yeah, like, you're a really good friend of mine. Let's rent an apartment together, or let's a bunch of us get a house together. And then you realize, like, you could be really good friends, but that doesn't mean you should live together. That doesn't mean you should be roommates, right? I don't know how many of you have learned that lesson, but there's that element too. And also, with family, right? Understanding, like, how do you like your household to be run? What is, what do you need to feel safe and comfortable in your own home? And can you have that, And some people, they have that with their parents, and other people, they don't, right? Some people feel like, oh my gosh, I can't live with my parents. Like, they do this and that. They organize the kitchen funny, or they wake up too early and they make a lot of noise, or this person goes to sleep late, loud, playing video games, and I can't fall asleep, like, whatever, right? So what do you need to create this sustainable home life situation? Okay, I feel like I've definitely beat into that quite a bit. But in general, like, what do you need to have a deeper, long-term relationship? Okay, what I guess, I mean, honestly, like, what criteria do you need to have? Does this person need to be honest? Does this person need to be accommodating? Does this person need to be punctual? Does this person need to, make X amount of money? Does this person need to have these types of habits or hobbies, right? That kind of thing. So this connection was meant for you to understand that. Understand your boundaries, your limitations when it comes to home life, home situation. And what can you tolerate and what can you not tolerate when it comes to living with someone or being with someone long term. So let's look at your energy. Door to value. Interesting. And we have Healer of the Ages. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I wasn't expecting to see that. Um, so this is their energy here. This is your energy. Oddly enough, I'm not getting much from looking at these cards. So I feel like, this doesn't really ever happen. But I'm feeling we're going to have to draw these tarot cards to get a better sense of what's being communicated here with Healer of the Ages and Door to Value. I'm sensing that this other person, they need to heal something. And you needed to understand your value system here. Okay, in order to achieve success, in order to get what you want, you need to understand your values. You need to understand what's important to you and kind of stand your ground. Okay. And this person, they really needed to do some healing with their energy. That there's some deep pain or trauma there, and that's why they behave the way that they do. Yeah, okay. So thank you, Spirit. Thank you for that little bit of information. Now let's get some more tarot cards to further get, flesh that out. So we have the Three of Wands, Eight of Swords, and Eight of Pentacles. Okay, very, very interesting. We have Queen of Wands here for them, Ten of Cups, and Strength. Okay. So let's take a look at your cards over here. So with this Three of Wands, Eight of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, again, this message is thankfully quite clear. Here it's about what ways do you feel trapped? What ways do you feel restricted in your home situation, in your living situation, all right? What ways do you feel like you are maybe being over accommodating or walking on eggshells? And what ways are you feeling restricted from expressing who you are, right? There's this thing in this person's mouth. Oh, it's a sword. I'm like, what is that? It's a sword. So there's a sword in this person's mouth that's stopping them from talking, okay? Because they're afraid that they're going to get hurt if they say something, or they're going to hurt someone else even if they say something, right? So they're just keeping that sword, that dagger still in their teeth, like clenching it right there, keeping it in place. And so it's like, what have you sacrificed of yourself in order to just like keep the peace, if you will, okay? And really, on the flip side, like, what are things that you can share? What are things that you are okay with sort of being communal, okay, right? What are the things that you kind of mark off as your own, like, please don't touch this kind of thing, this is my space kind of thing, and which are the shared spaces, or the things that it's like a communal resource, right? I'm thinking of like, especially food, right? Like when you live with somebody, it's like, this is my food, that's your food, don't touch this thing, don't touch that thing. And like with space, it's like, when I'm here in my office, I prefer not to be bothered, right? Or don't leave your mess there in the living room. Clean up after yourself here in the kitchen, or there's not enough cupboard. Like if you're not going to eat that, there's not enough room in the cupboards or the fridge. So if you're not going to eat that, you need to toss it out, or, buy a smaller size of it, like that kind of thing. So understanding all of that about yourself, okay? Like, what are your definite deal breakers when it comes to living with somebody, to feel safe and secure in your home and comfortable in your home? And from there, what you needed to know, what you learned from this connection is your preferences. And now, once you know with clarity what you want, you can call that in. You can see it a lot clearer and in more detail with, the aid of this magnifying glass, right? You got to experience, you got to see it, you got to live it. What did you take out of it? Now here with the Healer of the Ages, very, very interesting here. What I'm sensing about this person is there's something about them that where they weren't feeling happy, they weren't feeling fulfilled, and that's why they behave the way that they do. Okay, and it has kind of nothing to do with you when it comes to this kind of precedes you, and that's what they need to heal in order to have more sustainable relationships with others that are harmonious, that are mutual, with respect, um, and love, right? Trust, even. And what I'm sensing here is because they have had this lack of feeling emotionally fulfilled, emotionally content, because there's some pain or some trauma from the past, sometimes they act out in rather destructive ways. Okay? They have the opportunity to be charismatic, to be loving, to be charming, to be, in harmony and in balance with living and being with other people. But, sometimes this temper kind of flares up, okay, and it really creates discord and disharmony, with their relationships. And here, just kind of looking at this image on the strength card, it's like they need someone to help them. Okay, like the thing is, they this was to one thing that they should learn from this connection is that they need help. They need assistance. And not that you had to be the one to provide it, right? I'm sensing it's someone different, it's someone else that is meant to provide them help, but they need to seek help, okay? Whether that's in the form of therapy, whether that's in the form of, like a life coach or something like that. But they need help. They need to work through this. They need to be free of this thing that's trapping them and that's kind of drowning them, right? Because a whale needs to breathe oxygen. It needs to be able to go up to the surface, and breathe some air in. And they're really suffocating and they're drowning in this deep-seated pain. And hopefully they learn from this experience, especially those people that are like, hit it and quit it, hook up kind of people, right? It's very rare for me to meet someone they're at peace and that's what they enjoy and they're being true to themselves when it's like hooking up. A lot of those people, they fear commitment, they fear being hurt, or they're using sex as a way to compensate for something else that they're lacking in their life, okay? And that hopefully was brought to their attention through this connection that you had together. So, wow, what a very rich and very multi layered reading for those of you that were drawn to the star card. I trust you got some clarity on what you need to know and the purpose behind this connection from your reading here today. Thank you so much for tuning into your reading today, Star Fam. Make sure to like and comment down below what you are calling in from your reading today so that you can begin that manifestation pathway to make it a reality. And of course, feel free to share this video with others and subscribe to this channel. Now, I'd like to extend a very special invitation to go beyond a general tarot reading. Specifically, if you are looking to align with your purpose and learn how to achieve your goals. So go down to the description box below and book that energy alignment session with me. And on that call, we will create that personalized roadmap for you to align with your purpose and achieve your goals. Now, I look forward to connecting with you, but until next time, sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs. Bye. Hey there, Star Fam. Welcome to your reading here to find out more about what you need to know about this connection. What was the purpose of this connection? So let me know how you're feeling coming into this reading. Comment down below with an emoji to kind of let me know where you're at as we start your reading. For those of you that were drawn to the door card, here on the bottom, it says opportunities are waiting for you. So what I'm sensing with this card right off the bat is that this person, this connection, really was what I call an opportunity portal, right? It's something that I learned from one of my teachers, one of my mentors, where it's like, it's this portal that you jump through. It's this doorway that you go through in a series of doorways, in a series of portals to get to where you want to be, right? Most things that we do in life, it's a step-by-step process that ultimately will lead us to our goal. A lot of times we're not always clear on how many steps before we reach our goal, and we just have to act and move forward on faith and on trust. To put it very simply, it's kind of like, okay, so you want to make $1 million, right? So what's the first thing that you have to do? Well, maybe the first thing you have to do is, you know, watch some YouTube videos to understand how millionaires make their millions of dollars. And then the second thing you have to do is apply whatever teaching that they had for you, like invest in something, buy a property, save some money, and then invest in something, right? Like it's the step by step process. Or for those of you seeking romance, it's like, hey, I want to connect with my soulmate. What do you have to do? Well, first of all, maybe you have to create an online profile. Maybe you need to take some pictures to post on the online profile. Maybe you need to get clear about what type of partner you're seeking, right? Maybe you need to do some healing so that you are open to receiving love from your soulmate, right? Maybe you need to make plans to go do some type of social event with a friend, and there you can meet people, right? So it's like all step by step, step by step by step. So the purpose of this connection and like what you need to know about it was that it was one step forward that's leading you to an even bigger goal. All right? So let's find out more about this connection. Let's go a little bit deeper here with what you need to know about this connection. Okay. I almost lost all those cards there off the table. Yeesh. So we will just do that one more shuffle. Let's not tempt fate, shall we? And you have Scorpio, investigate. 6th house, sustainability. And I don't know why I wanted to read the number 16. I didn't do that for any of the other cards, but solar calm with clarify. So that must mean this 16 has some kind of significance for you. So this could be many, many different things. So take how it applies to you. Maybe this was when you were 16 years old. Maybe this was, you met this person on the 16th of the month, right? You can even reduce this down to the number 7. So it could be that you met this person on the 7th of the month, or maybe they live on the 7th floor, or you met them at 7 p.m., right? So like all those things are endless. But for some of you, the number 16 or the number 7 has a lot of significance when it comes to this connection, okay? Now, let's kind of just take a look here at this bigger picture here. So definitely with this investigate, with the doors of opportunities are waiting for you, this is about acquiring knowledge, seeking information. Why? Because you will get clarification that way, right? Sometimes we don't know the full extent of what we desire or what we want. We don't know the implications of that. We don't know what it takes to achieve that thing. So we have to investigate. We've got to do our research. What I'm hearing as an example of that is like, how some people, they want to get, a pair of shoes or some shirt, and they look online to find this piece of clothing that they want to purchase. So this investigation is kind of like going through the web pages, visiting the websites, but also reading the reviews. Okay, investigating how did other people feel about this product? Did they like it? Did they not? The pros, the cons, right? And then you start to get clarity. You're like, okay, well, I want this, I don't want that, or I want something like this, but with this little modification to it. And then you go seeking, you adjust your path, right? And these are all steps that you're taking, all doorways that you're going to through to get what you ultimately want. Now, this one here is a bit interesting because it doesn't quite weave in, is what I'm sensing with the clarify and the investigate card. So this might most likely is a separate idea. And what I'm seeing for you is that this is just speaking to the bigger picture here. Okay, like what is it that you really want? Because with this clarification, do you see how like these are like small, bigger, 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 kind of went down a little bit, then got bigger again, kind of went down to, and then like, whoa, really big and bright. So this is that process that you're going through, okay, with this connection. It's like you're starting to put together, like understanding what it is that you want, what it is that you don't want. As all these different circumstances are happening, you're kind of adjusting, you're being flexible, moving around, ultimately to get this bigger goal here, okay? Um, because you can see here with this sustainability, like everything is in alignment, like the seven chakras are aligned. Um, and we have this person who's like they're at peace, they're meditating, and so ultimately it's like this is the pathway. This connection was part of the pathway or one of the steps to get you to your bigger goal here, okay? Um, to help you access this bigger picture. I feel like there might be more that's going to come out as we move forward with your reading, okay? So we're going to take a look at your energy and their energy, all right? And see how this fits in to helping you understand what this connection is all about, okay? What you need to know about it, what purpose did or does it serve. So for you, you have Angel of Balance. And on their end, we have Appreciation. Ah, beautiful. These two energies work quite nicely together, okay? And that could be why this is an opportunity portal for you, because um, it's I'm getting that the energy here just feels like really good. Okay, I feel that both of you definitely were consciously learning along this path, through this connection, I should say. Okay, so this person was learning all about gratitude, about appreciation, and what I'm hearing is even appreciating the smaller things in life, okay? The simple things in life, just like this flower, right? Like stopping to smell the roses and taking pleasure in these simple things in our day-to-day life rather than, you know, spending too much time trying to get somewhere, trying to be somebody, and then kind of being this workaholic and never experiencing satisfaction, okay? Because you're constantly trying to get more, 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 more when you already have so much. So I feel like that's the energy that this person needed to understand, is to understand their blessings, right? That they have a lot to be thankful for. That yes, it's okay to have goals and dreams and desires, but don't discount your accomplishments so far. Don't discount the things that already are in your reality, already in your possession, okay? And here with you, with this Angel of Balance, um, it's almost like there's a bit of a variation. It's like a variant of what this person was experiencing as well, where you are coming into balance between rest and action, rest and action, rest and action, okay? And what I'm hearing is kind of like pacing yourself, not trying to rush anything. You see, both of these people are standing still. They're not in motion, right? And so part of the process of going after what you want also involves this period of reflection. Okay, it's not just a constant forward push, all right? And one thing after another thing after another thing after another thing. Like once you walk through one door, you can kind of take a look around, see where you're at, investigate, gain some clarity by reflecting and understanding what's happening here, and then moving forward when you're ready. And there's something about this image here where this angel is looking at this small bottle of water compared to these huge pyramids in the background. Okay? And so I'm hearing that, even though, again, it's good to have these big dreams, these big goals, see the bigger picture, it's also good to spend some time in the details, in the little nuances. Again, the little pleasures, the small pleasures in life. All right. So appreciating where you are at all times. And, um, what is that phrase like, don't miss out on the forest for the trees or something like that, right? It's about like, um, don't spend too much time focusing on the one thing and not see the bigger picture, and vice versa. Like, don't focus all your time on the big picture and not being in the present moment. So it's like that kind of idea, and I feel like you know maybe I'm not entirely interpreting the forest for the trees thing 100% accurately, but I trust you get the idea of what I'm trying to convey. Okay, that the purpose of what you need to know about this connection is that it's like a step. It's just a step forward to ultimately where you want to be, um, and it's serving its purpose at the time of this reading. Or if this is like a past connection, it served its purpose and it wasn't necessarily meant to be there long term. Okay? Particularly if you moved past this connection. Okay? If it's something in the past and you're no longer connected with them or speaking to them or whatever, it's like it had a purpose and it served it. It was an opportunity for you. It was like a stepping stone. You can look at it that way. It was like a stepping stone to get where you need to be. So going through the motions. There you go. So let's take a look at what else we got cooking here. So we have 9 of Swords, the Chariot, and the Hanged Man. And on their side, we have 9 of Pentacles, the Devil, and the King of Cups. Wowzers, I feel like we got like a ton of information from these cards here. Okay. So let's go to your side here on this connection before we go to their side. So what you need to really know about this connection is that worrying about things like, with this door to opportunity, it's like you walk through the door and you're like, sometimes you may be like, where's my opportunity? Where's my prize? And it's like, oh, there's still other doors you have to go through, right? And there could be this energy of frustration, this energy of anxiety and worry where it's like, oh my gosh, how much more do I gotta do? What else do I have to accomplish so I could just get there already, right? Like I just want to get there. This Chariot is what I'm sensing is this energy of rush. So okay, now it's becoming very clear. So with this door, opportunities are waiting for you. Remember how I was saying it's like a step-by-step process? So what does that mean overall? Patience. What you need to know about this connection is it's teaching you patience. Okay? And not rushing forward and not appreciating the journey and being too focused on the outcome or the ending. Okay? There we go. Okay. I was like, Spirit, please give me a little bit more clarity here. I feel like the message is a bit jumbled. So thank you, Spirit, for that. So definitely what you needed to know, you need to learn, the purpose of this connection is like, hey, calm down. We don't got to rush anywhere. We don't have to, plow through the finish line. We don't have to go overboard and get too wild, too crazy, too eager with everything. Like, we can just relax. Okay, we can chill. We can take some time to, see all aspects of the situation, right? The hangman is kind of upside down, not moving. It's like, hey, you can take a pause. We can kind of investigate. We can learn more about where we're at and who we are at this point in time, what we want. Like, we can take a moment here to just kind of chill. All right. This is um, a marathon. It's not a race kind of energy. Okay. So it's like, you know, take comfort in knowing that you're taking steps every single day towards the outcome. Okay. You're always making progress. Things are always moving forward. Okay. Just because things aren't happening now doesn't necessarily mean it's a lost cause, doesn't necessarily mean you're never going to get it. Okay. As long as you just continue making progress little by little, day by day. Now, on their end, um, you know, I'm also seeing, so like on your end, there's like movement, there's some movement of the waves and stuff. On their end, there's very little movement. Um, and what I'm sensing here is there's a bit of stubbornness on their end. Um, and here with the Nine of Pentacles, this is a wishing well. And so people are throwing their coins into the well, making their wishes, right? And in a way, like, there's a bit of hoarding happening here with the wishing well. There's all these coins coming in, there's like abundance of coins. There's no flow or movement of energy within the wishing well itself. The water is very stagnant, right? And obviously the coins don't move around or shift really within a well. And here with the devil, this mermaid is trapped here, okay? The mermaid got lured to these riches and these shiny objects, and then she got trapped by it, okay? And so what I'm sensing for this person is, again, they kind of got caught up in the glitz and the glam, um, and they they became a bit lost on their way forward. And it's almost like from this connection, it's like they were just seeking the next high. And what they really needed to understand is to be content with what they have and not be too greedy and constantly want more, 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 more. And that they need to appreciate so much of what they already have, with you, with their job, with their current position, whatever it is, right? And yeah, opportunities, they're gonna keep coming, but you don't have to take all of them. Again, they're gonna keep coming. So if it's a good time for you to rest and enjoy, then just rest and enjoy. You don't have to like jump to the next opportunity, jump to the next thing. All right. Um, we don't have to be in this constant rush that's so characteristic of like Western civilization, this go, 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 go kind of attitude, because then we get stuck, we get trapped in this endless cycle, right? In this hamster wheel, this treadmill of life. It's like we're moving, 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 but we're not really getting anywhere. So that's what they needed to learn from this. Wow, wow, so interesting. So interesting. With the King of Cups, um, they need to learn calm. So, what I'm seeing, from this relationship, this connection, is there are so many similarities between the two of you. And it's like you are mirrors of each other to kind of get a better perspective, get um, more introspection onto who you are through another person. Okay? Um, get some insight to um, your behaviors and how they can be helpful or harmful depending on the behavior, right, for you. So yeah, this connection is really what I'm seeing now is definitely it's like a mirror, right? You can even see in this door, it's like symmetrical, right? This door looks like this door. They're like mirror images of each other. And so the purpose, what you need to know about this connection is that you mirrored each other, and that by observing and understanding the other person, you understand parts of yourself as well. Wow, I like how that kind of came together here towards the end, because for a moment I was like, what is going on here? So thank you, Spirit, for that. And I hope you got a lot out of this reading as well on what is the purpose of this connection, what you needed to know about it. Thank you so much for tuning into your reading today, Star Fam. Make sure to like and comment down below what you are calling in from your reading today so that you can begin that manifestation pathway to make it a reality. And of course, feel free to share this video with others and subscribe to this channel. Now, I'd like to extend a very special invitation to go beyond a general tarot reading. Specifically, if you are looking to align with your purpose and learn how to achieve your goals. So go down to the description box below and book that energy alignment session with me. And on that call, we will create that personalized roadmap for you to align with your purpose and achieve your goals. Now, I look forward to connecting with you, but until next time, sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs. Bye.